Hey, you guys. It's your girl, Latanya Vibes. Welcome to Soul and Soil Podcast, and you are rolling with Latanya Vibes. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? I know y'all love to see my face, and I love to feel y'all's energy and y'all spirit. How y'all doing? Okay, let's get into it. This message came about because I was out in the world, moving within purpose. And I think those are the best type of messages, honestly. Like, sometimes I have like a whole journal of episodes and podcast ideas. And it's just like some don't hit the same as when you experience life and you have like a full ass testimony from what you went through, good or bad. And yeah, that's kind of how this message came about. So today's title is There's Duality in the Lessons. And if you're new here, welcome. Welcome to the collective. Welcome to the Soul Tribe. You are a part of the Soulies now. I'm only doing this because my daughter be watching these messages that she got on me. She said, like, comment, and subscribe. And so do as she said. Do as she said. All right, so this earlier, I hope everybody's Thanksgiving was good. Let's start there. And I definitely have a few other messages I'm going to be recording, and then y'all will see that I feel like they're gonna be hitting. They're gonna be hitting for the next few drops. Okay, so first of all, this Thanksgiving was my first Thanksgiving in at least the last 3 years that I've had my kids. Normally they go with their dad for Thanksgiving. I always have them for Christmas. But because of that, right, this tradition of me going out and feeding the homeless, because I don't travel back to Kentucky, so a lot of times it's a solo holiday season. And I remember when I first had my first solo one, distraught, okay, lost my damn mind, crying, did not do shit. And that's why whenever I made the meal, because I think originally what happened is I thought I was going to have the kids on the first one that I didn't. Next thing you know, I don't have them. And I had cooked this beautiful meal for them, even though they were like tots. I'm gonna be honest, they were small as hell, but I had made this beautiful meal for them, and I was going to be able to share it with them. And how I cook, because I was raised with 4 siblings, I've always cooked larger meals. And so when I made food like I was serving 8 motherfuckers to eat 2 times. And that's when I decided to take the food I had, make some to-go plates, and I took it out to different like spots that I knew that everybody be congregating at, because I know my community. Get in your community and learn some things. So I went to my normal spots, and I'm like, let me see if somebody want to eat. And that's kind of how that tradition was birthed, right? And so I've been doing that, and every year I've become stronger and stronger, and I've enjoyed holidays. I also have had it hard since my grandma passed. My mama passed. When she passed, all the holidays I put a whole stop to them, because that was something sacred to her, and I honored them because of her. And so now that they weren't there, it was kind of like, what was the purpose? But within that, me losing purpose made me find purpose in way more than one way. So every year I do this, and so I was happy that this year I get to show the kids, especially now that they have like the awareness. I was like, yay, they get to go with me. They get to see what mommy be doing. So I basically was like, hey, we're going to make some plates. Mommy's going to cook the meal. We're going to eat our meal. Then we're going to go out and drop off the food. That was the plan. And normally I'm pretty good about sticking to those type of plans, especially when I'm like moving in purpose. I'm like, oh, I have to fulfill this mission. And so I get hyper focused. That's not how it went this year. That's not how it went. So I basically end up cooking. It's a beautiful ass day. I enjoyed quality time with the kids. And after we ate, mama got the itis. And see, normally whenever I would do the event, or when I would make the plates for Thanksgiving and pass them out, I would never feed myself first. Like literally every time I would basically make Thanksgiving dinner, not even test that shit, put it in the plate, feed everybody else, and then I would eat when I got home. And so I never had the itis. This year I had the itis, right? So my ass slumped on a couch like this, don't want to move, got a good Tubi movie on, got a good Tubi like playlist to go, and I think we go and cover some of them later on, right? But basically I'm in my vibe and I'm happy. Like my kids are telling me how good the food are. They got to help me make some of the items. I got to make something that my grandma used to make, which was like a family recipe. So I'm just feeling good. Okay, this is the best holiday I've had, and it was so low key. It was so fucking low key. So last night I had the plan to go take the plates out, and I didn't. I told myself, okay, well, if you don't do it tonight, it's not like you can't do it tomorrow, right? Because there's always tomorrow, tomorrow, right? So I'm thinking I have tomorrow, and I did. So I woke up today. That's what just happened. The day we started into the actual situation in the lesson. So today happens. I do everything I need to do today. I was like, you know what, you need to get your house in order. So we did a recess. Even though it's Friday, we did reset Sunday early. Okay, I wanted to lay the foundation for my weekend, lay the foundation for my evening. I did not want to go into the weekend with a dirty ass home, and I just genuinely wanted to just relax. Like, but I already have made up my mind that because I didn't take the plates out there, I'm going to take them out today. So it gets towards the evening. I warm the plates up. I gather the cats. I said, let's go. And so we're headed downtown to go drop off the plates. And mind you, I'm paying attention because as I'm driving, I'm paying attention to how many people's on the road. It was cold as hell today. Mind you, I did not even know it was that cold until I think this afternoon. So it was even cooler when me and the kids went out. So now I'm like, oh, it's cold. I wonder where everybody's at. And I'm looking at the time. It's 6. So I'm like, okay, nobody's ate dinner yet. Everybody's about to head to dinner. It's like Latania's using all of her knowledge and wisdom, right, to navigate where we gonna go. And I normally always pray before I can go out and do anything. And I'm like, God, allow me to encounter the people that you want me to encounter. Let me be a blessing to the people that you desire me to be a blessing to. And so normally I always like fulfill the mission. I go out there and then the first 10 minutes, purpose fulfilled, right? Mission fulfilled, mission complete. That's not how it went. Me and the kids get out there and I'm noticing that all the spots that everybody used to be at, like, or normally around, congregate, no one's outside. And I'm like, well, it makes sense because it's cold, but also it's almost time to eat too. So I'm a little bit confused. We're going to the bus stops and even my kids are trying to help me find people and stuff, but I'm like, I didn't even realize when we head out that it was a Magic's game, or not a Magic's game, sorry. It was the soccer team's game. So it's packed in all that area by the Kia Center and the soccer field, which is literally right across the street from the homeless shelter, is packed. They got roads blocked off, and I'm not I couldn't project that, so I'm just not even worried about it. I'm like, okay, I see you, Satan, trying to get in my way, but I'm not really claiming it to be like the will of the evil. I'm just like, okay, I see the adversity, but I'm still gonna do what I gotta do. Like, this ain't gonna stop me. Me and my kids go all the way to 7-Eleven to the bus station because normally whenever I want to help somebody, I always head there, and I notice that, especially when it's coming towards like the last few buses or towards the evening time, once everybody's getting dinner or has grabbed dinner, they always head over there. And I get there, it's literally only 2 people. And when I asked them, they were like, yeah, we don't want to eat. I'm like, oh, God bless you. Do you want water? You good? Like, all right, have a blessed night. We hit that little whoop whoop and we get in the car. I'm like, okay, well, we're going to drive to Lake Eola. We're going to see if there's some people by there. And how I was thinking is, by the library, normally people come when the library closes, they chill out right there. Or at the bus stop right there too. Cleared. I'm like, okay. So maybe we're not doing this tonight. So as we're driving out or going home, I'm like, you know what, y'all, we're gonna go home and we could just put the plates in the refrigerator. Tomorrow we can warm it up and we can take it out. I'm pretty sure somebody's gonna be hungry tomorrow because you ain't gotta tell me no 3 times, okay? And as I was driving home, it was real quiet, so I had time to think. And I remember my shadow self, and the reason why I know I'm calling it my shadow self, and I know it's my shadow self, is because the tone I heard, the words that were being expressed, the emotions that were tied, were all like shadow work vibes, right? It's just shadow vibes. The first thought in my mind was, look at you. See, this is what happens, because this is where I'm saying there's the duality of message. The first part of the lesson was, when God sends you out on a mission or a purpose and you don't answer, just know someone's going to pick up that mission. And the reason why I say that is because I originally set out to pass out plates on Thanksgiving Day. And then I think maybe in the midst of me cooking and stuff, I had seen where people were buying food, like going to Costco and stuff and buying the dinners and taking them and feeding people. So in the midst of that, I'm like, I'm still cooking because I'm like, hey, there's always somebody hungry. Like, they ain't feeding the world, baby. There's a lot of people in the world that need to eat. So I'm going to do what I got to do. But because I did not fulfill it on that day, I missed out on that mission, right? That didn't mean that God did not call many others to do the same thing. And that's I think I've heard that like sermon before where it's like, he's going to give several a call. Yes, it might be very, very much special to you, but guess what? He might give it to you, let it sit in your ballpark for a little bit, but as soon as he realizes you're not going with it, you're not going to fulfill the prophecy, the mission, he's going to move that on to someone else that he knows is going to answer that call, or might be willing to answer that call. And it's going to suck when you see it. And it's like, I don't know if anybody has noticed, like whenever you say something on your phone or you have this beautiful idea, you're like, ooh, I think I should do this, this, and this, and that would be an awesome ass play. And next thing you know, you see a whole business up. It's kind of like one of those where it's like, you had the idea to write that book, but then like you waited 6 to 7 months to even get started. Now you literally see a book out similar to the plot, characters, and everything, and now it's the #1 bestseller book. That did not happen to me. I'm just giving an example of like where you sit on something and you know that you can fulfill the purpose, but then you don't. You have to take accountability in that. And then also it's like, it's a reminder to yourself of kind of how you see yourself, because you didn't even hold yourself to that promise to yourself. And that's kind of how I felt like when I set out to do a mission or do something, I look at it as me setting out a promise to myself. And if I don't show up or I half-ass that, it's kind of reiterating myself that I can't trust myself to move in my purpose and mission when I feel called to. Same thing with content creation. Same thing with podcasting. Same thing with, I wouldn't even say just how you want to live your life, lifestyle choices. Like if you do not step, you are reiterating to yourself that you can never trust yourself to take on even bigger things. And it'd be the small things that be fucking us up, right? It's the small nuances that make you build the discipline that you need for the bigger goal to not only obtain it, but be secure within it. So that was the first part, which was my shadow self, right? And the reason why I said it is because of how she talked. She was talking crazy. She over there like, see, that's what happens. Missed out. You missed out. You missed out. And then there was a voice that, she's new to the group chat. She's new to the group chat. And she came up, she's like, hey, have you ever thought that you weren't set out on that mission in the first place? You're just doing that out of routine? And I said, ooh, I like you. And I like how you talk, because you were smooth with it and you were sweet about it. And you gave me something to marinate on, chew on, simmer with. You didn't make me feel attacked either. I like you. And I'm going to say that's higher self. We got new voices to the group chat. Yes. And this voice is a positive one. She was like, did you realize that maybe because this has been your routine for the last few years, you only did it out of habit, for one. For two, babe, maybe you've graduated this. You literally could do this in your sleep. And that's the funny part, is like, it's even with your gifts. Sometimes your gifts, you could do that shit in your sleep. But it's like, if you're not doing it with purpose and power, and if you're not training that muscle, meaning pushing it, once you realize you've mastered this level of reps and sets, you need to go ahead and up the weight. And that's kind of where I'm at. I know that I can quickly go feed somebody, quickly go get groceries. But God is calling me to serve in a different way. That's going to require me to show up and be more attentive than what I have done in the past. And the reason why it did not play out how I thought it was going to pan out, right? What I normally see, because it's something I know the results. I know how it's going to transpire. And that's the part with comfortability. And that's why Shadow was going how she was going, because she was like, how the fuck we do everything in routine and we didn't get the results? That's why she showed up. But then inner voice, higher self came in and said, chill, 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 chill. Don't beat her up. Don't strangle her ass. give her a chance to get some things off her chest, because maybe she's saying some things that we need to sit with. Because now we can ask ourselves bigger questions. We can ask her questions, answer her questions with my questions, and that's what she did. I said, damn. And so I realized in that moment that a lot of times, for one, I was doing it out of routine. For two, God did not call me. I'm just so used to splitting everything that I get. Whether it's when I'm praying, when I pray, I don't just pray for myself, ever. When I receive a blessing, that blessing is never just like kept within the wheelhouse, right? I don't keep it in the cup. I let my cup run over a little too much, right? Energetically, spiritually, like physically, in all the ways. And I realized that God was giving me the season to rest,